Hey folks, welcome back to another exciting kitchen cook-up. To kind of celebrate the end of what's really a week off renovation. This is the first kind of a break we've had in a year, so we're going to have something nice to finish off. We spent a lot of time on the water the last 4 or 5 days. We spent a lot of time eating fish, catching and eating fish, so we are going to have a wholesome red meat dinner tonight. Blakely Anderson, I think that's correct, has suggested that we do a tomahawk steak, and I think that's a wonderful idea. Claire went into a local butcher and got 2 tomahawk steaks from, I want to say they're closer to the Macroom direction, these cow. So pretty local. We're going to have with that, I'm going to try our purple rain potatoes. I'm going to try them as chips. Haven't done that yet. I like a little bit of sauteed onion and pepper with the steak. Claire likes mushroom generally. I'm going to add them to the steak. Here's our tomahawk, nicely at room temperature. They're a bit thin for my liking. Not because I like a big thick steak, I do actually, but I find that I like a good char on the outside of the steak. But if I char something this thin, this is 2 by the way, this isn't 1, this is 2 tomahawk steaks. If I char something that thin, it'll be very well done. So I'm going to cook it on the barbecue, get a really hot heat and whack this bad boy down. The thing that's going to take the most time is the chips, so I am going to prepare them and bang them in the oven. I'll show you what I'm going to do. First we give them a wash. Lovely. Nice. This is a multivitamin drink. Feeling a bit run down. Not sick, it's a bit lethargic. What I want to do with these is make them decent sized cubes. So something like that. I want it halfway to being a roast potato and a chip, and I think they will be very nice. Not a huge fan of French fries. I love roast potato. Right, this is what we end up with. Looking nice. If we were doing this properly, we'd actually wash them a little bit and soak them, get the starch out. But we're in a rush, not just because it's late, but actually it's dark and we don't have electricity in the house yet, so we're gonna run out of light and you won't see what I'm doing. I'm gonna get some fancy olive oil, give it a very healthy drink. These guys are thirsty being in the ground all day. We're gonna hit this with a little bit of paprika, actually a lot. And we're gonna hit it with a little bit of our barbecue smoky pepper. This is just a really nice all-around seasoning. If you can find a mix that has all the ingredients, I won't list them all, but there's everything in here. Then it saves going through everything. We're just gonna give this a bit of a toss around. Make sure every little poppy has a bit of the secret sauce. Then we're just gonna pop this in the oven. Right, same sort of a deal. Let's clean off these little red onions. Alright guys, there's not a lot actually here, so just want to slice these very finely. If these were bigger, they'd be kind of like onion rings, but they're only teeny, so it's actually getting dark. I'm gonna have to start these cook-ups a little bit earlier, I think. Cool. Onions go in here. If you're putting this on a barbecue, you don't need a tray, just a little tin foil like that. Chuck them on the barbecue, they'll cook away lovely. I'm just gonna put them in the oven because we have that oven now. Same thing. Generous bit of olive oil. A little bit of seasoning, and we're good. What I'm gonna do now, I just have a little bit of red pepper left over. I want it the same size as that actually. So I'm just gonna fry little shreds. And this is going to look only divine on top of the steak when it comes out. Still thinking about sauce. Old classic, maybe a bit of garlic butter. I don't know. Pepper sauce could do. Just give them a little bit of a mix up. That's all you want. That's going into the oven as well. We're gonna do the same thing. I'm not really into mushrooms. Claire tells me she would prefer them to meat. My daughter bought these mushrooms last week, baby button mushrooms. She hasn't eaten them. She's gone to Dingle for the week. I'm going to use some of them, save the rest. Same thing, however, Claire has told me that she doesn't like a lot of flavour on these, so we're just going to use some sea salt. And that's that. Mix that up. Lovely. I'm not sure we'll do another side. There's not really vegetables with this. I'll have a think if we've anything decent from the garden to try. We're going to let that cook for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to whack on the tomahawk. I'll bring you back then.
Onions and mushrooms.
So we're about 20 minutes into our potato cook. There's about 20 minutes left. It's perfect time for steak. 10 minutes to cook this in the barbecue, 10 minutes to let it rest. Perfect time for dinner. This is tomahawk steak. You have to ask her for your butcher, which is quite nice to go in and chat to the butcher and get to know them. You kind of lose that with supermarkets, butchers and greengrocers and fishmongers, which are becoming harder and harder to find. For this steak, all I do, I just kind of missed you there in the camera, use an unscented olive oil, throw in a load of our sea salt, and really horse in the black pepper. Doesn't really need much more than that. I'm getting my hands dirty now. We just want to rub this all in. I use the back of one to do the back of the other. Mix it all up. That looks pretty damn good. Right. I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna get the barbecue going. The barbecue. This barbecue has a hot burner and it has two medium burners. So I want the temperature to get up really high. So I'm gonna get the hot going. I'm also gonna get both mediums going. I want it super hot. This is a really cool thing from Charboil. It's a kind of a plastic or a silicone. The metal just removes the bits. The silicone bristle just cleans it. I used to live in Dubai and there was a health warning over there about using the metal brushes. Apparently the metal brushes can get stuck in some of the old meat or fat or whatever is burnt there. Then you can ingest it, and they have something like 3 cases every single day in Dubai of people getting x-rays for bits of metal stuck in their stomach. So if you can pick up one of these plastic brushes, I think they're brilliant. Okay, let's watch that temperature and we come back in a few minutes. Hey folks, here we can see, can you see that? The temperature is over 200 anyway. This is plenty. Woo. So this is the hot one. I want to cook them predominantly here, so I'll turn these off in a minute. So I'm gonna get that sizzling. I'm gonna turn this, no, I'm gonna keep it up actually. Actually, I'll keep it all up. I want a lot of heat. I'll check back in a minute. Oh shit, that's hot. Maybe a bit too hot, guys. I might turn that down. Why didn't you tell me? In this episode of How to Ruin a Good Tomahawk, oh, it looks great. Look at that. Wow. Turn off those sides. I don't think these are going to take long to cook at all. But oddly, that's what you want. I find you can get, where are you? I find you can get a barbecue hot, and then as soon as you open it, put the food on, the temperature just goes down completely. So it's kind of cool to see it's keeping the heat, because even now, still kind of around the 200 mark. Probably got up to 300. Oh man. We didn't even have lunch again today. Busy, busy, busy. What do we have for breakfast? Oh, we collected some berries. Berries and cherries, as the Wild Homestead would say. Where I reckon this is pretty fucking done. Look at that. The thickness of it. It's so thin. I'd say we're looking at about 10 minutes to let this cool down. A little bit charry, not too bad. Fresh H2O from our well. Can't beat it. Whoa! Some serious heatage. So I was just talking to you and I didn't realize you had turned yourself off. The potatoes have come out. They are absolutely perfect. Here, have a look at this, folks. Now, it's not quite a chip. It's not quite a roast potato. It's some magical mix in the middle. Mushrooms are done perfect. If you're into that sort of thing. I'm not really. Onions and the peppers are a little bit underdone. If I had them on the barbecue, they'd have more char. But it's not the end of the world. But the main thing is this cool little pepper sauce I made up. Look at that. Fucking hell. It's just butter, a lot of butter, you know how we cook. Butter, a little bit of onions, just one of those ones Claire got, a clove of garlic, and peppercorns, and you kind of saute them all together. You want to cook the peppercorns or cook the pepper at the very beginning. And then basically just add some lemon and double cream. It makes an amazing peppercorn sauce. Boom. I'd say we're ready to plate up. Oh, one more thing. When you, if I'm doing this on the barbecue, I let the meat rest for 10 minutes and a lot of juices come out, but I'll kind of rest the meat like this on top of the onions because you get some lovely juice from the bottom of it, and that juice has got all the seasoning and all the beef flavor, and you want to get that in with your veg. It makes them very happy to be alive. All right, you want a bit of everything, Claire? Okay, let's get some of our Purple Rain chips. I actually have a chicken Kiev going for Ash in the fridge. He's not a huge fan of steak, but he does love chicken Kiev. You give a little bit of the onions because most of them are going to me. And I suppose you could say all of the mushrooms are going to Claire. Let's get a little bit of this pepper sauce. Boom. You want it swimming in the sauce. Jesus. There's yours, Claire.
How did I manage to get such a massive plate? I've got mushrooms.
Mushrooms, yeah. I would say, folks, make sure you have a really nice steak knife. These are, he doesn't sponsor it, funnily. These are Jamie Oliver. Eating steak properly, cutting it correctly, I think it just makes it lovely, and have a nice fork. It kind of makes steak knife all the better. My mouth is watering now, I'm so hungry. What are we gonna go for first? Right, I've already had some potatoes, so I'm gonna try some with the pepper sauce. The lemon and the pepper sauce, who would have thought it? Unbelievable. Steak's a bit thin, maybe a little bit overdone.
Wow.
That's a really good steak.
It's like something you get in a restaurant.
Yeah, well, like this is
Oh, shitballs.
West Fork Restaurant.
Mushrooms
Throw a
are
little-
amazing with it.
Throw a little bit of onion on this.
Steak is good, isn't it? Thanks to, I don't know if it's Coughlin's or Collins in Bantry, but anyway, they're very well known there. And an amazing selection of meat.
It's great to get a personable service, isn't it? Not just from supermarket.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
Oh my
I
god.
just want to sit down now and eat the rest of this without you all googling me.
You always say that to them. I'm really happy to keep this conversation. Pull up a chair, grab a bottle of beer, glass of wine. Join us for our munch. Okay, better not.
Yes. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the Ko-fis. Thank you for the super thanks. Thank you for the thanks. Thank you for the... thank you for the...
Yawn. Thanks for everything, folks.
Thanks for everything. And... Slán go fóill.
Good of me, Mahagat. Catch you next time. Ta-ra. Bye-bye. Yum. That's too big. That's what she said.